children's church.
Hello!
We're going to make an Easter garden.
We're going to make an Easter garden together today, and we are sending everyone the resources so that you can do the same, and we would love to see some pictures of your Easter gardens that you might be able to make in your house.
I made a cross just now.
So Jackson's been busy getting ready for our garden, and we've got lots of things on this table, and we are going to go through each thing step by step. So on the front of this resource, which is by Muddy Church, it tells you what you need to have. So you need to have some stones, some water, some seeds, a container to put your garden in, a bigger stone, a cup or a tin.
That for some reason has been drawn with the back with some special pens.
Some little decorations, and like Jackson said, we've got a nice cross here that he's made from lollipop sticks, and we've got some soil in here. So let's have a look together. And it says go into your garden and have a wander around and just collect some things and think about what you can see and hear and feel when you're out there looking around. So the container, you can choose any size you want, but it does need to hold the soil and some water.
This one doesn't look like it's going to hold any bigger. It has not a big hole in the bottom.
And I know we did use this last year, but we kept it outside and we thought that's okay to just let the extra water run away. But if you want to keep it indoors, I suggest you get a watertight container so it doesn't spoil the worktop that you put it on. So the soil, Jackson. So while I'm reading this out, do you want to fill some soil to about here?
Okay.
You can use your hands. You could use that cup if you want to.
Okay.
It says put some soil into your container. This could be bought or dug up. Take care if you dig it up that you don't have bugs in your house. That doesn't matter for us, does it, if it's going outside anyway?
Yeah.
But if we had it on our kitchen table, we might want to put it in a dish as well to catch the bugs. And read Matthew 13 verse 1 to 9. What do you think the soil in your life would be like? So what do you think the soil in your life would be like? This is the main foundation of our garden.
It would be soft.
Soft. That's a hard question. Have a think about that.
Don't really know what it means.
Don't really know what it means. So what do you think gives you nutrients and...
What's nutrients?
So what feeds you in your life that keeps you strong and growing? Something that's warm and comforting and somewhere to rest.
A bed.
Bed.
Food. Water.
Yeah.
Shelter.
So all your basic needs to be met, and this is like that for the seeds, isn't it?
Wood
That's where they
lice.
grow. Put the wood lice in. Okay.
That's enough.
Let's stop there, I think. And the next one it says is cut. You need to lie this in your garden as it will be the grave. So if you use a paper cut, you can cut it in half if you want to, or you can just dig down, bury half of it underneath. So it's like a grave.
Cut it in half like that. Or like that.
You could choose a grave. So people need to go in and out of it, but it can be covered with a stone to make it one space, like a tomb.
I'm going to do both.
And have a think about your garden now. Does it look like a scrapyard or a junk space? What things might be in your life that other people think are rubbish, but God might be able to use them for something amazing? Some things in your life might seem to other people a bit rubbish, but God might be able to use them. So I think if we lie it along a bit like this, Jackson.
I wanted it to go down.
Down with the bottom. Oh! Okay, so where would your stone go that we're going to roll away later on? Where was Jesus buried?
It would go in the...
The stone's going to go on the top. How are we going to roll it away?
Roll it off.
Roll it off. Okay. I would bury it down a bit more then, so it's not the key part of the... not sort of sticking up too much. There we go.
Maybe I could just put some more soil on. That's the cup I use. I just...
Should I help you? Okay, great. Now the pebbles. These are your pebbles. Put the last handful in. Add a few or some pebbles to part of your garden.
Can I go outside or inside?
Well, leave this empty because that's the tomb, isn't it? Where Jesus was buried. Remember or read again the parable of the sower. And think about where the rocky ground may be in your life and how you can change this. What's a bit rocky in your life?
A rock.
A place in your life that is needing to be nurtured and grown because it's
Your
not
garden?
as nutrient filled as the soil. I'm not sure if you've read that story. We'll have to read that one, won't we? Okay. And the next one, the stones, Jetson.
Oh.
Add a few bigger stones to your garden.
This one?
So you might want to add them to offer strength to your tomb. But you have got your big stone to put on the top of it. And it says, read Psalm 62, verse 2. And think about the areas that cause you worry, fear and anxiety. And offer these to God today. Great.
There.
Okay.
That's stone.
And it says add some more soil to cover your tomb a little bit to give it the right shape.
Can I have the soil? Around or in? Or like on the stone?
Well, because you've put your cup this way up, you can just put it around the sides. I think if people are lying down their tin or their cup sideways, then you could cover it quite easily with a... Up to you. You could just add some more so you can see less of the plastic paper.
I'm going to just tip it all in and then I'll move it.
Okay. And think about how you could change some things in your life to make more space for God. How could you change some things in your life to make more space for God? Have then? You're taking it out.
I'm just going to...
Change it around a bit. While you're doing that, I'm going to go and get some green grass, okay? So bury that again.
Done. Can I put the flowers outside it? These ones.
Okay, now we're going to add some greenery. So Emmy's got some grass here, but also we've got some seeds. Well, not yet, Jackson. I'm going to do it in the order of this church. So here's some seeds. We've got some basil seeds. So I'm not sure what will happen when these come up, but we're going to sprinkle the seeds. Add the greenery. You can add cress or mustard seeds. They'd probably grow a bit quicker, but we don't have those today. Sprinkle them in.
Once I had my own cress in nursery and then I ate a cress sandwich.
Did you? Nice. Maybe we could get hold of some cress seeds. It says read Matthew 6 verse 30. Take a moment to think about this and God's care. Just as you are making this garden, creating it, adding to it, caring for it, imagine how much God cares for you. You can also add some of this greenery, just some ready-made greenery.
Ready-made.
And it's still got the roots in, so hopefully it will start to grow into our garden. Now we need to add some water. So we're going to put this egg cup in. We need to make a hole to sink the egg cup in. You could use a little foil tin from an apple pie. That's quite a good idea. There you go. Push that down.
There you go.
When do you use water in the day? Have a think. When do you use water and what for?
Keeping hydrated.
What happens? Yeah, keeping hydrated, having drinks, washing.
Also, don't get too hydrated if you're stuck in something. because then you might need the toilet.
What would happen if you didn't have water?
Die.
Yeah. Jesus tells us that he is the living water.
So he's like a ghost.
Where are you going? Go that
To
way.
get more glass.
You're going to get more grass. Okay, what are you doing? Try and pull up the whole clump.
Okay. I'm great at that.
And it says Jesus tells us that he is the living water. So you can dip your fingers in the water and feel it. Feel what it feels like on your fingers. What does it mean that Jesus is the living water? He's having a good old tear out over there. Okay, some flowers. Now you might want to add some flowers from your garden, or you might want to make some out of tissue paper or other little crafty bits, and some decoration.
Quite a lot of muddy fingers, but I did it.
Great. And the flowers that we add are going to make it look quite different. They'll make it look really pretty straight away.
Yeah.
Adding variety, colour, vibrancy.
It's raining mud.
Okay, maybe not blow that right on my head. Thank you, Jackson. Can you add the flowers now and the decorations?
Good.
So life, vibrancy, colour, variety. What areas of your life with God are like this, and what makes you feel alive and happy and bright? What makes you feel alive and happy and bright, Jackson?
Being with my family.
Being with your family.
With my friends.
And your friends. We've just got some little matchsticks with some foam flowers on.
And I wonder why I put the
Oh,
cross.
not yet.
Can I put
So
the chips?
take a look at your garden and try and think of a few things you can add to make it look prettier or more like you imagined. You can add the chicks. We found some chicks from last Easter. Are there any parts of your faith, life or journey that make you try to make more pretty? Perhaps the idea of a time you hide things from the outside. So read 1 Samuel 16 verse 7 and know that God looks on your heart. Don't be locked into failure, shame or fear, but know God looks on your heart and he sees many wonderful things. So try not to hide things from the outside. God loves you and he sees you and all the pretty and wonderful things that you have.
I need the toilet.
Right?
Can I go to the toilet?
And we're going to add the cross now.
Toilet time.
Jackson, off you go. And the cross is... Jackson, go off, love. So we've got some lollipop sticks that we've tied together with string, and we're putting them in the garden as well to fasten into the shape of 3 crosses. We've got 1 here, but we can go and do the other 2 and add them as well. Stand these in your garden. You might want to put them next to your pebbles so they can stand up. And you're going to have 3 crosses in your garden. And reflect on the story of the cross. And find an appropriate way to think about this from scripture. So Matthew 27, 32 to 56. Or you might want to watch on YouTube. There might be some videos that you can find on YouTube. And then finally the stone that covers the hole from the cup. And block what the image of the grave is. So there we go. Think. Has God ever disappointed you? Has there ever been times when you have prayed and not got an answer? Or not had the right answer that you wanted? Are there areas of your life where you have blocked off from God? You've said no. And are there areas of your life where you just want God to come into now? Lots and lots of thinking during this activity, isn't there? So, and we're going to move the stone. I'm going to let you do that at home with your grown-ups because there's some more thinking and reflection at the end. So it's really good to try and print these sheets out because they've got all the passages that we've talked about today, plus some really good reflection at the end once you've made your Easter garden. And it'd be great to see pictures of these Easter gardens and anything you want to add and any discussion that you've had that you want to share with us. Bye!